Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I want to thank you all very, very much for taking the time to join us today. I know taking time out of your busy schedules, can be difficult, but I think you're really going to enjoy what we're presenting today. We're going to take a look at making rollovers easy and how we can do that with the help of North American and the assistance of IAMS. So we haven't done this presentation in quite some time, and I think it's very, very valuable right now. And I think there's a lot of great information and a lot of great opportunity with North American to really help you and your clientele understand their rollover options and how easy it can be to do that. They've got some great pieces to help you with that. Here in just a few minutes, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of that presentation. And to show you that great information from North American, we have one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite wholesalers in the entire industry, Mrs. Tia Stanley. Miss Stanley, can you hear us?
I can, loud and clear, and what an intro. You're my fave too, Scott.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So that being said, before we get it over to Tia and the meat and potatoes of everything, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through just a couple housekeeping items real quick, then some introductory slides, then it is off and running with the rollover information. So let's get to it. First housekeeping item I want to hit, probably the most important thing you'll hear me say today. You can see it in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's our phone number. That number is 800-255-5055. If there's anything we can do to assist you here at IAMS with rollovers, life or annuity questions, anything of that nature, we'd love to be chatting with you. Give us a call. One of our sales directors will answer the phone live within 2 rings and get you assisted in any way possible. Second item, polling questions. We're going to launch 3 to 4 polling questions throughout the presentation today. Simple yes or no clicks on them. If you would take the time to participate and just click yes or no, we really appreciate that. And then last housekeeping item are questions. We're going to be pretty condensed here, pretty quick, but it's good information. That being said, we're going to throw a lot of it at you fairly quickly. If you have questions, there is a questions box on your screen there. Feel free to type them in. We'll do the best we can to get them answered for you while we're live and in session. If we don't get them answered live and in session, we will definitely get them answered when we call to follow up. That being said, let's get into the introductory slides here and we'll get going. Slide on new producer builders. So this is going to be geared towards individuals who are new to us at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, or if this is your first introduction to us at IAMS, you are eligible for this. All of this is based on your production within your first 180 days of being licensed with IAMS. As you can see, there are several great levels you can qualify at, and inside those levels, some great options for you to choose from. Business building tools, personal perks, even cash rewards available for you. So if you'd like to know more about the new producer builder, give your sales director a call, or whomever you speak with in my office will be very familiar with this and can certainly walk you through how it works. Business builders, post new producer builders, we get into our business builder programs. I just want to hit on 2 of them and 2 of our most popular here quickly. On top, you'll see the referred producer program. Our side of the business here on the wholesale side of the industry, really similar to yours there in the field, in that one of the best leads we can ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. We want to make it worth your while to refer individuals over to us. So with that being said, you refer an advisor over to us, they sign a contract, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you're going to receive an override on that business. You can see the percentage breakdown there. We cut these checks at least quarterly. Steve, Charles, and Curtis, our ownership team, sign these checks, and then they sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars at a time. So it can be very lucrative for you. One thing I do want to point out about this is your referred producer doesn't take a commission haircut. This comes out of the IAMS end. This is something that's ongoing and we pay for to you. So don't be afraid that somebody's going to take a haircut to do business with us. With that in mind, if you can think of anybody that could benefit from working with us, feel free to give us a call, type their information into the questions box here on the presentation, or feel free to email me, scott@iamsinc.com, and I will have someone on my staff work on getting them recruited over and hopefully get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Below that is marketing reimbursement. This is our most popular program by far. And the reason that it's so popular is we really consider this to be your dollars. Rough numbers on it, every 100,000 in FIA premium puts $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Now, why it's so popular and is because we do consider it your dollars. And what that means is we put very few restrictions on this. We're not going to cap your account. We're not going to tell you when you have to roll your account out. We're not going to force those dollars off to you at any time or stop accruing those for you. We also are not going to tell you the vendors that you have to use to maximize your marketing reimbursement. Certainly, you can use our vendors if you'd like to, but if you're working with someone or a group that's given you success, we want to encourage that relationship. We want to help you foster that relationship and grow that relationship. So all we'd ask is you go out, you get the invoice or the receipt from the marketing you ordered, send it to us. We're going to cut you a check hopefully that same day to help you offset that expense. If you want to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or just walk through how it works in greater detail, just let your sales director know. They'll be well versed to have that conversation with you. Back office support. This is the core of who we are here at IAMS and how we were founded 36 years ago. We help you work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. You've heard a little bit about that. Some of the resources like what you're seeing here, these great daily webinars. We've got great case design assistance and life and annuity quotes. And one thing that definitely differentiates us from our competition, we're going to put a 24-hour guarantee on that case design or those illustrations. What that means is within 24 hours of the time you request it, you're going to have your case design or your illustration out to you. And I'll be honest with you, I put the 24-hour guarantee out there. We created that, for more marketing buzz. In all honesty, you're going to have it well in front of that, well sooner than that. So I definitely tell you to give my marketing staff a call, my sales directors a call to see. Put that to the test. We want to live up to that. Forms at your fingertips. We do appoint all direct with carriers, so you can go to carrier sites, you can call us, you can get forms on our website. Submission to commission support. That's talking about our new business staff here at IAMS. Amber Williams, Cindy Fry run our new business staffs here. These ladies and gentlemen do a great job. We will scrub your applications, submit your applications, track your applications, all in an effort to get the policy in your client's hands quicker and get you commissioned faster. There's no fee for this service. It's just part of who we are here at IAMS. So I definitely tell you to take advantage of that. And next piece of business you write, run it through our office. These ladies and gentlemen are great at what they do and certainly would love to work your business for you. Top sales expertise and coaching. We've got national sales coaches out there. We've got great expertise and experience here in our office internally. We can certainly help you with any sales needs that you may have. And then paperless contracting. We are on the SuranceBay platform, meaning that we can get you appointed with probably 90% of our carriers without having to fill out any paperwork. If you have any questions on that, again, let your sales director know. They can walk you through how SuranceBay works. Firelight. Firelight is available on our website, www.iamsinc.com. If you haven't created an account out there and registered for Firelight, I'd highly encourage you to do so after this presentation. This carrier list is actually a little outdated. We've added a few more on, so we'll make sure we get that updated. If you haven't done an EAP, Tia will chime in at some point, I'm sure, and talk about how great EAPs are. You will love EAPs, your IMO, us, we love EAPs. Carriers love EAPs more than anybody else. Clients even like it. It streamlines the process incredibly and is a very effective way to get kind of a couple days out of the issuance process, basically. The minute you hit submit, it gets reviewed by us. We upload it to the carrier and things move that much faster. So if you haven't taken a look or kicked the tires of using Firelight, there's no cost to you. I would definitely tell you to do so. Creative marketing solutions. We do have an in-house creative team here at IAMS that we can do all sorts of things that digital firms or PR firms can do, and we can do it with the same, if not better quality, and honestly, turn it around for you quicker at a cheaper price. Turnkey solutions, we've got pre-map stuff, pre-built stuff, marketing for you, for your firm. We can impose your logo, your contact information, all that can be done for you very, very quickly, churned out, so you've got marketing that you need. Speaking of that, if you haven't created a consistent and customized brand for yourself and your agency, your business, I'd tell you to do so. We can help with that. We will design and customize branding material for you and allow you to use that thereafter. And of course, digital solutions, websites, digital marketing, social media consulting, email consulting, anything that you might need. We've got a lot of expertise there. We can certainly help with that. If you are interested in anything that IAMS Creative has to offer, anything you see here, definitely let your sales director know. They can get you out pricing. They can really connect those dots for you. So definitely make sure you're chatting with your sales director about what IAMS Creative can do to help you market yourself and your business. Our website, I mentioned it a couple times on the presentation. A lot of great stuff out there. I won't spend much time here, but again, if you haven't created a profile at IAMSinc.com, as soon as we're done with this presentation, I'd highly encourage you to do so. Retirement Analyzer. This is something that we deeply believe in here at IAMS, and we find to be a very useful tool. If you're not currently using an analysis software to help understand why you're making the recommendations that you are making to clientele, I'd tell you you're missing the boat a little bit. Something that's really good for your practice, something that's really good for your clientele to help keep them on track. We like the Retirement Analyzer. It's a holistic analysis of a client's financial status and their financial future, how long their money will last. I like it because I think it's a great closing tool as well. Basically, with the click of a couple buttons, you can show a client in very plain graphs and language how much longer their money will last into their retirement years, or how much larger their death benefit will be for the legacy they want to leave by implementing the strategy or the products that you're recommending to them. Really, really slick program. We do have trials available for IAMS agents. So if you'd like more information on this, Marcus Solar and David Corwin in our office are really our gurus for this. Give one of those gentlemen a call here, and they can definitely get you started down the path of Retirement Analyzer. IAMS Wealth Management. I'm going to launch our first poll of the day, basically asking you if you would like more information about IAMS Wealth. The reason why we're asking this is we launched IAMS Wealth, I don't know, 3 years ago now, and we've seen a lot of great growth with it. The reason why we've seen such great growth is we modeled this exactly off of the IMO. What that means is it's a service-based RIA, and our job is to provide service to our independent advisors, in this case IARs, to help them grow their practice and service their clients. We've got some great training partners. If you are not currently Series 65 licensed, but are considering adding assets under management into your practice, click yes on that poll. You're going to get an automated email. You will get a call from Duncan or Mike or Sarah with IAMS Wealth to walk through how easily we can get you connected with one of our training partners and help you pass the Series 65. If you are already a registered advisor, I'd tell you to click yes as well, and simply click yes to get the information. I think you'll be really impressed with the platform that we have, the technology that we offer, and the pricing structure that both you and your client will see. We're incredibly competitive. That's why we've grown at the rapid pace we have, and we're going to continue to see that rapid growth there. That being said, I'm going to move on from this polling question. So if you haven't clicked yes or no, if you would please do so. We certainly appreciate the participation there. Thank you, everyone. All right, moving on. We've got the fun slide, Top Producer Summit. We are currently qualifying for this. So yeah, there's plenty of time to qualify. Qualification runs through the end of next year, 4.5 million to qualify for that. As you can see, it's a Mediterranean cruise. So, I mean, it's it's going to be awesome. I've got no more real hype skills than that. But it's going to be our largest top producer summit that we've ever hosted. We're going to have great interaction between IAMS employees, between carriers, between our valued advisors, you, and of course, as you're accustomed to with IAMS, we're going to have some great speakers come in and do a lot of great business information, sales information. It's not all business all the time. Not trying to say that, but you're thoroughly going to enjoy the business that does happen there. You and a guest, 4.5 million. If you want details on it, let me know. All right, Life and Annuity Academy. Last poll before I hand it over to Tia here. Oh, there we go. Lost my polls for a second. And we have had this slide hidden for a long time, but we are excited that we are coming out of COVID protocols. And we heavily believe that we can host 1 to 2 life and annuity academies this year. So live academies, in-person academies. There may be some people hanging around this webinar that know some more details than I do, but I'm going to be shy on details, but we definitely want you to attend. If you have attended an academy in the past, I know there are people on that have attended in the past. They would tell you this 2.5 day training is one of the coolest things that you can go to. I'm not trying to be boastful or braggadocious or whatever other word I want to come up with. We're really good at this, and the carriers that we've gotten involved, North American's been involved, others that I'll remain nameless on this website have been involved with this. They do a great job of giving you content, relevant information to help you grow your practice. We don't do product roadshows. That's not who we are. We are going to give you tools and ideas to help you grow your business, and our carrier partners do the exact same thing. So very, very well worth your time. That being said, I can't announce dates or anything yet. Think mid to late third quarter, possibly very, very early fourth quarter is what we're kicking the tires of. And yeah, definitely, if you are comfortable traveling with us at this point, we are going to do it. We want you there. Click yes if you'd like more information on it. And as soon as we have proper details for it, or enough details to make the official announcement, we certainly will. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no now, if you would, I'd certainly appreciate it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me move on. Quick slide. If you don't follow us or like us, well, everybody likes us, but if you don't like us on LinkedIn, throw us a like. If you don't follow us on Facebook, throw us a follow. We put a lot of really cool stuff out on our social media, and it's a great way for us to communicate things to you that are happening. Okay, that's the end of my slideshow. And what I need to do now is give Miss Tia control. I'm going to do that right now. Tia, I think you should have it. Let me know.
All right. I think we've got everything switched over. What do you say?
I say I can see everything, and I think everybody would much rather listen to you than listen to me.
Well, I don't know about that. You are a fan favorite, Scott, which you know. And one thing I did want to mention before I move on here, that Scott had talked about EAP, and I could not agree more with him how fantastic EAP is. And I would say, for two main reasons. Number one, it's so easy to use. When you think about how much information that you would write in or type in repetitively, what if that was pre-populated everywhere on the application that you needed it to be by just typing it in once? That right there is a fantastic reason to use EAP. Another reason that's fantastic to use EAP would be your IGO versus NIGO. Those acronyms, of course, meaning in good order or not in good order. and being able to ensure that your IGO business is much higher, being able to have those safeguards built into some sort of software to allow you to be able to send in clean business. That makes it much easier for IAMS to do what they do, which one of their value adds are scrubbing those applications, and then being able to get that to the carrier as fast as possible. It just makes things so much easier, so much quicker, definitely better ease of business for your clients. And ultimately, if we get down to it, makes it a lot easier for you because you get paid quicker whenever we receive that business in good order, and we're able to review it that much quicker. So with that, wanted to thank Scott for the very kind introduction earlier. Again, my name is Pia Stanley, Sales VP for North American Central Region. So I've got the absolute pleasure of supporting IAMS. I've got a long history with IAMS. They're an absolutely fantastic company, and there's there's multiple huge reasons why you're currently doing business with them. And if you're not and you're tuning in as a guest, I know by the end of this, you're likely going to make sure that you're going to be doing business with them. Also, for a second year in a row, I'm chair of NAFA's Education Committee. So with that, now the introductions are over. What's the purpose of this webinar? If I'm going to be taking some of your time out of your morning, I better have some amazing value add to give to you. And I assure you, I'm not going to be wasting your time today. So thanks for carving out part of your morning. Really what we're going to be talking about, it's guides to rollovers. And is there some sort of educational client guide that's out there that can help you make sure your clients feel comfortable about really what a rollover entails, what are the best options for them, and how they can rely on you as the financial professional to steer them in the right direction. If you've ever looked for any sort of client-friendly guide, look no further than North American. We have you covered. One of the things we just got out of is what we would consider IRA season, right? That has recently concluded. And I want to challenge you on IRA season. If you think about IRA rollover season, technically that's all year long. And we're going to make that super easy to do business with us for IRA rollovers here at North American. So when it comes to ease of business, we definitely have that from your perspective. And we absolutely have that from your client's perspective. I'm going to get into that just a little bit later here in the presentation. But one of the things I want you to think about when you're taking a look on this screen, the thing that pops out to me is clients self-funding their retirement future, and how North American has some flexible premium options. Really when you're thinking about self-funding, not every client has all their retirement assets, quote unquote, saved and ready to rock and roll by the time that you start working with them. There definitely needs to be that slice of their retirement pie, if you will, to where they can continue to save and continue to build that nest egg. So that's what I want you to think about. When it comes to that retirement pie slice, we're going to be able to help you and help them save for their retirement. And ultimately, what this is going to lead into, it's going to be some of our most popular products. Some great product solutions for IRA rollovers are going to be our Charter Plus series, the 10 and the 14-year chassis, and also our super popular Performance Choice 8 product. So if you're looking for a short-term accumulation play, that's flexible premium. My goodness, look no further. So I'm going to be sharing some really cool information on these products. But really first, what I want to get into is the whole concept of the IRA rollover, and ultimately leading to this really amazing rollover kit that North American has built to help you have these conversations with your clients. So when you bust open this rollover kit, I love how it immediately has that open-ended question to the client. Are you trusting your retirement savings to your former employer? What is the definition of a rollover? And while you're absorbing this kit and you're thinking about that open-ended question about trusting your retirement savings to that former employer, here's what this guide of rollovers is intended to give you as a client. It's going to cover the basics. We're going to walk you through the considerations that you'll want to make if you're deciding to do a rollover, and also if North American is going to be an amazing fit. And then we're going to provide an overview of how easy it can be to do an IRA rollover. And so, again, I love that we just preface out of the gate, who are you trusting? And a really cool thing about this guide is that we continue to reinforce the relationship that they have with you, the financial professional. And that's who they should trust. That's who they should lean on. So when we're going over possible options, I love this. For North American, one of our continued sayings is to find your true north. So if you're looking at a compass, the true north isn't exactly north. So being able to take a look at that compass, be able to figure out, okay, what direction do I want to go in when I'm thinking about, some of these options for an IRA rollover? Really, what can I do besides just let it hang out where it currently is? I feel tools like this make it super easy for you as a financial professional, and here's why. There are so many things that you're helping them with, so many directions that you're leading them down when you're considering that full retirement pie of things that you're setting up for them to ensure that they're going to be taken care of, that, whatever their concerns are for retirement, you have those covered. And so being able to make things as simple as possible, tools that you can use to share with them, that's our North Star, really, kind of finding our true north of why North American built this. So when it comes to options that the client has, again, a tool that you're using to educate them for IRA rollovers, it's like, okay, that former employer, that old IRA that's sitting there, that old 401k, what are we doing here? Well, what can I do? Well, you can cash it out. You could leave it in your prior employer's plan. You could roll it into a new employer's plan, or you could roll it into a new personal account like an annuity. I love that it says personal account, and we're going to reinforce why personal it could be in their favor. A big part of that is because they have you helping them navigate through an IRA rollover. So again, love this educational part of, okay, now you're aware of what a rollover is. Also, you're doing that overarching thinking of, do I trust my former employer to get this taken care of? And if I'm leaning towards no, what are my options here? The next thing is going to be, what does the IRS have to say about this? Knowing that IRS Rollover Chart, this is a great tool, not just for your clients, but also for you, because there's so many details that you're juggling. And really, when I think of this chart, it's like what you got and what can it go into? So being able to clearly see, based on those retirement plans that a client has, what can they roll into based on the IRS guidelines? And then also being able to say, all right, how do we complete that rollover? Completing a rollover can be as easy as 1, 2, 3. From your perspective as a financial professional, you do this stuff day in and day out. So to you, it is easy. For a client, though, it can seem like a weight on their shoulders because they don't know what to anticipate. So again, a tool like this plus you, that's a winning combination for a client to feel at ease and know this really can just be as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number one, working with a financial professional like you to explore the pros and cons of completing that rollover, including any special rules under your plan. Right, this gives you a great reason to be able to dive into the details of what they currently have going on with that old retirement vehicle at a former employer. And guess what? You taking such good care of them, of figuring this all out, I guarantee you no one in their HR department probably went into that much detail, and they're likely going to say, thank you for helping me understand what I have. Here's all my other stuff, to where they're going to provide more transparency to you, right? So again, that's a great reason for number one. Number two, if you choose to go forward with one, picking a strong, stable insurance carrier or financial institution to manage it. And I love how we have in parentheses, might we recommend North American? And when it comes to strength and stability, North American, we've been around so long. We've been around for over 130 years. We are a privately held carrier. So we're not going to make any of those quick decisions to appease our shareholders. You'll never see that from us. We're always planning for the future. We plan on being around for a very long time. And also, we've held our A+ rating for a long time as well. So you're going to be proud to work with North American, not just because we have amazing tools like this rollover kit, but also because of our strength and stability. This is a big deal, being able to offer that A+ rated carrier to your clients. Last but not least, number 3, you or your financial professional on your behalf let your former employer's plan administrator know where your new account is and completes the transfer process. Again, that weight on a client's shoulders of, what do I have to do? I don't know. Well, you'll be able to step in, take some of that weight off their shoulders and say, you know what? You're not in this alone. I'm here to help you when it comes to that rollover. Also, too, when we ask that overarching question to the client at the beginning of this rollover kit, are you trusting your former employer with that retirement plan that's kind of hanging out there? We're also giving them more food for thought of searching for an independent retirement savings plan. Why an annuity may meet your rollover needs. To me, it's like the biggest thing here is the third thing. You work directly with your trusted financial professional. Also, it's the personal part. It's owned by them. They're going to be in a lot more control of their annuity rather than, that former employer being the one that's mostly in control for wherever that retirement vehicle is hanging out. It's really taking that and figuring out, okay, what do you want to do, especially for the self-funding part. That's where we get into our North American special, where we can be there to support you and support your clients. When we think of a rollover, we think of it just being one action, and that's literally the rollover. And then you set it and forget it, let that fixed indexed annuity kind of cook there and, be able to accrue positive market performance and have the opportunity to do that. But what if your client wants to be in even more control than they would be switching it over to an FIA, especially working with North American? They're going to say, you know what? Yeah, I'd like to roll this over, but I want to make sure I'm adding to it as well. Are there any opportunities instead of me putting money in my savings account? Is there any way that I can have some creative options to save for my retirement to make sure that I'm putting part of my paycheck or, part of my savings as I get it into a fixed indexed annuity? And as you guys know, when it comes to flexible premium products, those don't really exist a lot out there. A lot of carriers have transitioned their products to be single premium. So if you're not just looking for a carrier to partner with on rollovers, to be able to provide that educational material to help your clients understand how this could be in their best interest, how they can also self-fund, really look no further than North American. So transitioning from that rollover kit, giving you a peek behind the curtain of some of that material that we have to where you can help your clients feel really comfortable about it being just as easy as 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and talk about the product solutions here. And again, when you're taking a look at rollover opportunities and the big part of the self-funding, that flexible premium stuff, that's going to be with these product series right here. Our Charter Plus 10-year and 14-year chassis, and also our Performance Choice 8 fixed indexed annuity. So I wanted to give you a quick blurb on why are these two the product go-tos besides them just being flexible premium. And forgive me here for reading a little bit that's going to be on this current slide, but the verbiage is so good I can't help myself. So here at North American, it says we understand that not everyone has access to a defined benefit pension plan. My goodness, pension plans, it seems like those were the days of yore, right? So one of the reasons that we offer our FIAs with flexible premium options and lower minimum premium requirements, what we have in bold here, no matter if they are just getting started or looking to roll over from an existing account, boom, that's why we have Performance Choice and Charter Plus. So some recent positive activity here at North American, we recently had a rate increase to most of our fixed indexed annuities, and that went into effect on May 4th. So you have a recent rate increase on both Performance Choice 8 and our Charter Plus series. And when it comes to working with Performance Choice, that's got a minimum premium of $20,000. It's flexible premium, so you can add premium at any time to that, any additional flexible premium. This is a great accumulation play. So you've got your traditional crediting methods plus some enhanced par rates. Think of it fee for rate. If you wanted an annual strategy charge to have a higher participation rate, well, Performance Choice has those options. Do you and your client have to use them? No, absolutely not. But knowing that they're there, I love that. I feel like it really supercharges the accumulation story on Performance Choice 8. Another thing that I think is so important for the self-funding story to pair with your IRA rollovers. North American Charter Plus 10 and 14, we're having a premium bonus special. So for a limited time, starting on May 4th, we actually enhanced those bonuses by 1%. Now, this is where the rollover comes into play because I'm sure you noticed the minimum premium for the Charter Plus series is $75,000. Those premium bonuses, we enhance them up to 9% for those premiums we receive in the first 7 years. So I wanted to break down actually what that looks like between the 10 and the 14-year chassis. So you're going to see the QRG pulled up here. I know this is a little bit of a snooze fest, but bear with me here. The things that I want to point out, you already know that's a flexible premium product and that the minimum premium is $75,000. So again, for IRA rollovers, this would be a great home. For the 10-year chassis, it issues 0 to age 79. For the 14-year chassis, it issues in most states 0 to 75. So that premium bonus on the 10-year chassis, it's 7% currently. And on the 14-year chassis, it's currently 9%. Here's where we blow everyone out of the water on premium bonuses. This is guaranteed. You lock it in when you purchase a Charter Plus contract. This guaranteed bonus cannot change. Point number 2. This premium bonus is applied to all flexible premiums we receive in the first 7 years. What? Yes, we have the longest bonus duration in the insurance industry. So what I'm saying here for our Charter Plus 10 series, that's got a guaranteed 7% bonus that's immediately applied to any flex premiums we receive in the first 7 years of that 10-year contract. When it comes to Charter Plus 14, any of those flex premiums we receive for the first 7 years, basically half the length of that surrender charge period, that gets a guaranteed 9% bonus applied. Cherry on top, point number 3 that I want to make sure I point out here. Our premium bonuses, they're not vested. A lot of premium bonuses are vested. You see a vested schedule. Or if you add flex premiums to some of those older products, they create like additional surrender charge periods. Absolutely not with North American. So here's what's fantastic. Those guaranteed bonuses are immediately applied and 100% vested as soon as we receive that flexible premium and they're applied. 100% vested immediately. That's a big deal. Also, there are no additional surcharge periods. You're not extending anything when you add in those flexible premiums. It's just the same chassis. So to me, it's like, my gosh, ease of business for you as a financial professional and for the client, knowing that they're not extending their surrender charge period. Also knowing that there's no vesting schedule. Knowing that that bonus is guaranteed for the first 7 years on those flex premiums, and also knowing that it's going to be immediately applied. That is awesome. And I know I keep on, I call it fangirling. I keep on fangirling on the flexible premiums, but another point I want to talk about, that guaranteed bonus, that's immediately applied to the initial premium as well. So that's a great reason to think about us when it comes to a rollover, because that bonus is applied to the cash value. It's the cash value of that contract. Okay, to bring up, not going to lie, another boring slide. Please, no snoozers. This is the QRG for Performance Choice 8. And this is a very simple story. This is a plain Jane short-term accumulation play product. There's no bonuses, nothing like that. This issues ages 0 to 85. The minimum premium here, it's different. It's $20,000 for qualified and non-qualified for flex. Also, any of you doing 403B business, that Performance Choice 8 is going to be very friendly for TSA salary reduction. So if you have questions on that, make sure you contact IAMS. I mean, really, when it comes to Performance Choice 8 and knowing if I'm not looking for a bonus and if I need to start a contract with lower minimum premium than $75,000, knowing that you still have a home with North American with Performance Choice 8. Also, side note, another reason this product is so popular when you're thinking of non-qualified stretches or inherited IRAs, that's your home, Performance Choice 8. So if you have questions on any of that, make sure you contact IAMS as well, but wanted to also put a plug in there when you're thinking about that. Okay, so one thing I had mentioned during the beginning of this presentation, I had talked about ease of business for you as the producer and also ease of business for your clients. You know, one of the things that's great about having some sort of retirement plan with your employer is that, you know, crock-pot feeling of the set it and forget it, meaning you've got part of your paycheck that's pulled out to be placed into that retirement plan. Well, what North American has tried to recreate when it comes to self-funding an annuity with us, it's going to be an EFT for premium payments. So don't bother reading all the small font that I have here. I just wanted to make sure I had a snapshot of the actual form. But long story short, if the client wanted a specific amount taken from their checking or savings account on a monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual basis, North American will pull that and will immediately put that into their Charter Plus or Performance Choice 8 contract here at North American. So that makes it really easy for them to be able to think about saving and self-funding. They're not having to write a check. Honestly, who does that anymore? Think about the last time you had to write a check and it's like, wow, my gosh. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've had to do that. So your clients aren't going to have to do that either, knowing that they can electronically have those premiums self-fund their Charter Plus or Performance Choice 8 contract really does make that incredibly easy. You know, another thing I wanted to bring up when it comes to ease of business and also being able to provide additional benefits to you as the financial professional, of course, we want to make sure that the client is taken care of, and we've covered that. We've knocked that out with some of the snippets I shared of the rollover kit and also being able to have that EFT for premium. Well, for those flexible premiums, what does that look like of benefit to you as the producer? Normally, you're used to being able to have commissions paid for the initial premium sent over, and maybe any additional premiums within the first year, but then there's nothing else after that. Well, I wanted to share with you when it comes to flexible premium, that self-funding, this is also of benefit to you. So I wanted to pull up just our plain Jane street level. This is a WA regular schedule. To be able to show you what first year and also flex premium commissions look like. And you'll notice we've got three categories. We've got what you'll earn for the initial premium and any additional premiums in the first year. And we also have a category for the flexible premiums we receive years 2 through 3, and also a third category of the commission that will be paid for the flexible premiums we receive years 4 through 5. So if we're doing an apples to apples comparison of the benefits to your client and also the benefit to you for self-funding for the flexible premium, your client, Charter Plus, for example, is going to have a guaranteed bonus that's immediately vested applied to those flex premiums received for the first 7 years of the contract. And you'll know for the first 5 years of the contract that you'll be able to generate commissionable activity on those flex premiums. So you can see that for both Performance Choice 8 and Charter Plus 10, the 10 and the 14-year chassis here. That's a big deal. I'll go ahead and use the word pipeline when you're thinking about creating a pipeline for yourself, because you're continually servicing this client and talking to them about their retirement plan. You've got your annual reviews. You're constantly taking phone calls. And it's nice to know that this commissionable activity will generate on those flex premiums we receive through the end of the 5th year. Wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Also wanted to make sure that I pointed out our EPC loyalty program. Scott already went over some great benefits that you're going to receive from IAMS. So he had talked about like the business builders. When you're thinking about, all right, are there any benefits that I can receive direct from the carrier? You can when it comes to North American. We want to make sure that we can assist you in reinvesting back into your business. So for fixed indexed annuities that are issued in a calendar year, you see that we've got 3 levels. Our first one, executive. You'll hit that when you have 1 million issued in FIA sales, and that will get you an additional 50 bips in compensation from North American. Once you hit our president level, that means you haven't issued $3 million in FIA sales during the calendar year, and that's going to get you an additional 1% in compensation from North American. And last but not least, our final level, if you hit $5 million in issued FIA business with North American, you're going to receive an additional 1.5% in compensation from North American. To me, this is not only incredible, being able to help you reinvest back into your business, but also know that we pay retroactively, which means once you hit a level, we true you up like you had been at that level for the entire year. And I'll get into the math here in a second. Qualification, wanted to pull this up really quick. We need to make sure that you're at street or below to be able to qualify. If you're LO to a corporation, that corporation has to be at street or below to be eligible. And if you work with a broker-dealer, that broker-dealer must approve our loyalty program. If you have any questions about your broker-dealer and if they've approved it, contact IAMS, and they will make sure that they get an answer to you. But wanted to show you the quick math here when it comes to our loyalty program. You can easily see, taking January 1st into an example, if you're chugging along and you hit 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, those 3 levels that we have in FIA business this calendar year, what you'll earn retroactively, and then what you'll earn along the way. So for 5 million in issued FIA business this calendar year, with the retro payments and what you earn along the way, that's an additional 75 grand coming from North American to you for you to reinvest back into your business. This does not include your normal commission. That's a big deal. Also, 5 million, that's a lot in FIA business. So, I'll challenge you with this. For $1 million in issued FIA business this year, any of the other carriers that you're writing, will they send you a $5,000 retro check for an issued $5 million in FIA business? Well, they won't. I already know the answer. That's the best questions to ask, right? When you already know the answer. There's no other carrier that will do that will help you reinvest back into your own business by hitting an issued $1 million in FIA business. So if you want to hit that bogey, if you want to work with North American, if you want more information on our EPC loyalty program, I urge you to make sure that you contact IAMS. I know I've mentioned that a few times, but they're a big believer in our loyalty program as well. To sum this up, to get to the crux of, all right, we covered why IRA rollovers. IRA season, it's not just for a few months in the year. IRA rollover season, that's all year long with North American. And how is North American going to support you and your clients? Well, that's by having client-friendly material so you can help educate them in an easy to understand way of if a rollover is the best fit for them and the additional value that you can provide when thinking about an annuity, meeting the rollover needs. So our rollover kit, if you will, has an amazing guide to rollovers. It includes our IRS rollover chart. I would say, again, very beneficial to you just to have handy, and also for your clients. And then following up, besides that big open-ended question we ask them of, hey, are you trusting your former employer with your with that retirement vehicle hanging out there? I'm saying, hey, are you searching for an independent retirement savings plan? And here's how that annuity, we want you to think of North American, could meet your rollover needs. This kit is absolutely incredible. And I know that Scott has a current poll coming up, but I do want to urge you for our EPC loyalty program, for information on Charter Plus and Performance Choice, for, what does that look like for flexible premium and additional compensation. I'm just here. But when it comes to that rollover kit, Scott, I will go ahead and let you talk about the poll you just put up.
Fantastic. I might have jumped the gun earlier there, or a little early there. Launch the poll. If you'd like more information about the rollover kit, you want to obtain a copy, just click yes. When someone from my staff or someone on Tia's team calls to follow up with you, we can certainly get that out to you. Sorry to steal your thunder and click the button too early there, Tia.
No, I love that you did that. It's kind of like the dun 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 where you rolled it out, and it was immediate gratification for everyone in case they're like, oh my gosh, we've listened to her talk for about 20 minutes. Where's this going? So I appreciate you, and I urge everyone, if you're thinking about how am I going to use this IRA rollover kit, a great time would be during your annual reviews this year, and to be able to say, hey, do you have anything hanging out there from, a former employer? Let's talk about if that's the best place for it to hang out, or if it could be in more benefit to you by having more control, to be able to think about rolling that over into an annuity. And the big thing here, self-funding. Remember that slice of the retirement pie? That is massive. Also, too, this I feel like fits hand in hand with something you had mentioned, Scott, the retirement analyzer that you guys have. One of the questions there that I loved is, when can I retire safely without running out of money? And I feel like a good slice of that retirement pie, which, by the way, I saw you had pie graphs. This was not pre-planned, everyone, but a great slice would be self-funding an annuity to make sure for the stuff you've saved already, let's go ahead and monitor that. For anything you want to self-fund to continue to make sure that you've got enough money to retire safely, this is a great slice. So with that, Scott, I will go ahead and turn it back over to you to close. But thank you so much to Scott, to IAMS, and also to everyone attending. Thank you for carving out part of your morning for me.
Hi, Tia. We thank you for your time. I know things are incredibly busy at North American, as you pointed out earlier, with the recent rate increase, just positioning you guys even more competitive and taking a bigger piece of the pie. I got jokes too, in the annuity space. With that being said, I do thank you, Tia. Thank you to everybody that took time to join us today. I know 53 minutes out of your day are 53 minutes where you're not actively prospecting and marketing your business. So we really do appreciate it. We will be following up with everyone that took place in the polls or took part of the polling questions to make sure we get you out what you need. And if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to call 800-255-5055. We'd love to help you. Go out, have a great sales day, everybody, and we look forward to chatting with you soon. Thank you.